We have hundreds of thousands of jurors, victims, witnesses every day who come to our courthouses, and yet we can't guarantee that they will be secure when they're inside of our courthouses. We can't guarantee them that their courthouse won't pancake in an earthquake. And we can't guarantee that those courthouses will be accessible to those people who need some accommodation.
This courthouse, it might appear to a person coming here that it's okay. One might think that this courthouse is safe and secure, it's big, but we have such significant security concerns in this courthouse.
Moving you guys around the hallway.
We have inmates that are brought through the hallways to courtrooms. Now these inmates, as they're brought through the hallways, are going past those very families of the accused, families of the victims, people coming to handle traffic tickets, people coming to small claims court, people coming to handle their custody matters. And they're all exposed to what can be very dangerous situations as deputies bring the accused, the inmates, through the hallway when they're in custody.
I do have the pink ones, but only for a little bit.
Okay.
The only way we have to get inmates from the jail into the courthouse is to take them through a tunnel system that's on our 3rd floor of our jail into the 3rd floor of the courthouse, down steep stairs into holding cells.
Okay, sure.
The tunnel system is pretty dark. It does have camera systems at certain areas, but it's very dark and narrow. So security-wise, you can't mix inmates that may not get along with each other. And then you have the people that can't walk those stairs, or they're so bad, violent, that maybe they're in shackles. They can't wear those shackles down those stairs. It's really steep. So they come in wheelchairs at our back door, and that's where the deputies have to take them through our courthouse. And the only other way to get through is our public hallways.
Make sure it's turned off and put away. Cannot have it out in the courtroom. You cannot use it in the courtroom.
There has been times where even pushing these people through the hallways with shackles, hooked up to that wheelchair with a deputy behind them pushing, that they get very aggravated. They'll say a lot of racial slurs to people. They're just nasty. They've spit on people before.
When we had our public hearings and we had representatives from around the state, we heard dramatic testimony from people who talked about people with disabilities who would go to a courthouse in the northern part of our state. They couldn't go up the 28 stairs that they would have to go to get to court and have to literally be carried up by bailiffs. We heard from victims and witnesses who felt intimidated because, quite frankly, the defendants were being brought through the public areas of the courthouse and intimidating the victims and witnesses who were sitting outside ready to go into court. Numerous stories like that were told that really demonstrated to us that it's not an isolated circumstance in a few courts, but it's statewide.
When we talk about access to justice, we really should be also talking about access to our courthouses, to get the public to have trust and confidence in the system. It's through our facilities, our infrastructure. But we cannot guarantee to our public, to members of the jury, to staff, that this would be a safe environment if we had a 7.0 earthquake tomorrow. Less than 2 years ago, Napa had a devastating earthquake that damaged the historic courthouse. Fortunately, it was a night. But had this happened during the daytime, there would have been hundreds of people that would have perished. We are on borrowed time.
What we're going to try to do is obviously we'll repair these courthouses if we can, but we'll replace them if we have to. We're stewards of obviously the taxpayers' money, But it's important that if we need to build a new courthouse to provide access, to provide a seismically safe building, and to provide a secure building, that we will do, because quite frankly, the citizens of California deserve that we do that for them.
We've had members of the public tell us, when I have a house or I build a house or I go to an office building, I know that it's safe because our government requires it to be safe. Why isn't your courthouse safe? We have members of the public that don't necessarily say anything, but you can see it in their faces. As I walk through the hallways and I see people being transported in chains, in handcuffs through the hallways, that's not something that most members of the public are used to, and it's very disconcerting to them to have to be in a situation where they have in custody defendants being brought right in front of them, and when they're told, stand back, stand against the wall, that makes it even worse. It shouldn't be. We shouldn't have to have members of the public have that concern. If the courthouses are not safe, then we are not doing our job.